Hello, vinyl community, and cheers to you. And another cheers to Michael P. Dawson on the release of your album, The Hipcrime Vocab. I'm here to do a review of his album. I've given it a few listens now. I like it. I like it a lot. I would summarize it as kind of an 80s dystopian sci-fi cult classic soundtrack. Yeah. And that kind of makes sense because it's the subtitle here says 8 Impressions of John Brunner's Stand on Zanzibar. So Stand on Zanzibar is a sci-fi novel, a dystopian sci-fi novel from 1968, and basically about overpopulation. So I think it's fitting that this album sounds like a sci-fi soundtrack. So good job on that, Michael. All right, we're going to do a track-by-track analysis, and hopefully I'm going to play some samples here. So the first one, there's 8 tracks, obviously, for 8 impressions. Scandalize My Name. So this one is slightly demented and has kind of a boogie-woogie feel to it, and some synth horns that give it a retro sound, and even a little bit of a cheesy quality to it, and I mean that in the best possible way. That's kind of what is suggestive to me of cult classic. So yeah, a fun track. Not my favorite on the album. So as a listener, you shouldn't base the whole album based on this first track, but it's a good intro to the sounds you're going to hear throughout the album. So and yet you're going to hear a wide variety of sounds. But without further ado, let's listen to a little bit of it. Wait for it. All right. So next up, we have tracking with close-ups. Now, this is more my cup of tea, definitely, by far. Just because I love this sound so much. So it's much more atmospheric and dark, yet it features bass clarinet and I believe also tenor saxophone doing a little phrase that adds a lighthearted, whimsical character to the song, which is fantastic. And then it comes in with a synth line that has a very retro sound to it. That's kind of later in the song, so we probably won't get to that point, but you'll definitely hear the whimsical character of the bass clarinet and the saxophone. So let's listen to a little bit of tracking with close-ups. Yeah, there on the last one you heard the sax come in with the bass clarinet, and I love that the whimsical quality to it. It's a nice contrast to the atmosphere, and yeah, very very good. That's one of my favorite tracks on the album. So next up we have Mr. and Mrs. Everywhere, which has a retro electronic symphonic sound with some definite glitch elements to it. So let's give this a listen. I love that. Oh yeah, the glitch elements really make that track very good. So next up we have Shall Man Ease Her, which is another atmospheric and dark track with some unsettling noise. So let's listen to a bit of that one. Shall Man Ease Her. Yeah, so another good track. Again, that atmospheric and dark quality to it. Um, so next up we have The Bite of Benin. That's Bight, The Bite of Benin. Now this one is even, it goes in yet another direction. We get we get some drums that evoke exotica, and we get some flute, tenor sax, and bass clarinet, and then maybe 2/3 of the way through the song, so we won't get to that part. Um, it changes up and goes to more atmospheric with kind of a water theme. You'll hear some of the water theme at the very beginning of the track. But yeah, this is definitely another favorite. So let's check out The Bite of Benin. Yeah, that's definitely another favorite track, certainly. So next up we have Mucker. So this features an intense fuzz synth, some gunshot-like percussion, and a 60s vibrato synth. So let's check this one out. I love that. Once that comes in, it really seals the deal for me with that track. I love that vibrato synth there. It totally adds that 60s feel to it. So next up is Yaganol is Good. So this one is very dreamlike, like wind chimes, but then it kind of turns into a nightmare with some strange sounds. So let's check out Yaganol is Good. Yeah, so yeah, you see what I mean? Oh yeah, very dreamlike, and it kind of puts you in a little bit of a trance, but then there's those unsettling elements of almost like, it sounds like creatures. um, all right, so then the closing track is definitely the most rockin'. It has a rockin' rhythm, a retro synth, and features glimpses of guitar and organ. Then we have some synth strings, and everything kind of comes together, all the sounds, and you really get a sense of closure with this track. Very, very good. So let's give The Happening World a listen. All right, so there you go. We have Michael P. Dawson's The Hipcrime Vocab, 8 Impressions of John Brunner's Stand on Zanzibar, available on Bandcamp. You could do a search for Michael P. Dawson on Bandcamp, or go to michaelpdawson.bandcamp.com. I don't remember if I mentioned it, but this is definitely a product of our times, our very strange times that we live in. Recorded March and April 2020, and MPD played a little flute, tenor saxophone, bass clarinet, and guitar, and a lot of Moog synthesizers, virtual instruments, and electronics. The cover art, beautifully done, is by William, is called The Corruption, and it's by William Allen Renfro. And it says, Hipcrime, you committed one when you played this CD. Yeah. So again, you know, support independent musicians in the vinyl community. You know, even if they're not putting out vinyl, they're still putting out fantastic music. Whether you want to download it, stream it, or buy the CD. I like to buy the CDs. I like to have the physical item. The point is, just support independent music. Yeah. Great job, Michael. I love it. And I look forward to hearing more from you. So, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Michael P. Dawson, The Hipcrime Vocab. I will see you next time.